we can find out, you know, what is our soul contract or our soul's path in this life. Are we on it? What did we come to do? Because sometimes we just come to hold the light. There's a lot of people right now who are coming to hold the light, to make a difference in the world, to be of service, and they may be doing that in the computer industry, or they may be doing that as a third grade teacher, or they may be doing that working in a bank. And that's all perfect, because it's very important for the light to be in all of those places also, not just being healers or psychics or energy workers. And so we can be very strongly or clearly on our soul's path, even though it may not look like it in what we think it might look like. And so again, of course, in life we have stages and places, and sometimes we need to finish something so that we can go on to the next stage. And in the records, so much of this information is available to us. Information down to what's in my highest and best good to do today. It can be something, is there something, some way that I can be of service today? Or what may be the highest and best foods for me to eat today? Is there something that I'm eating that's not helpful, or something that I should have more of? So when I teach people to access the records, one of the things that I really suggest they do is use it on a really daily kind of basis. So that, one, you're in that vibration, which is very healing, because it's a very high vibration. It's divine source energy, so of course it's very, very high. So you receive a healing just by being in that vibration. And it keeps you really in aligned with what you're doing today, in this moment, and this week. So we can really use it to stay aware of what we came to do, not just in the really big picture, what's my soul's contract, but what am I to do today? Am I supposed to help someone in specific? Am I supposed to do something for myself? Would it be helpful for me to, say, write a book? So I've opened my records and written at least part of my book through the records, just really allowing it to be channeled through. And when I've done that, I've also written a creation story, which I was so surprised to read, because it wasn't me. It was really through the records, by opening my records and just allowing this whole story to come through. And it's very much the records, it's a story about a soul's journey, kind of from beginning to now. And kind of what we've been through from when we started to come in as just pure soul energy. Many of us worked in the Akashic field. Many of us were record keepers in the beginning. And then we decided to go on and start to travel through the different planets, sometimes creating planets, because we're also creator beings. So sometimes we created planets, and then we decided to live on them. And then we had to figure out how to live on a planet and how to make these huge souls into little souls that could fit into the body of a being on a planet. So many of us have lived on, numerous planets and numerous galaxies as we've traveled through these, infinite numbers of lifetimes and years, and until many of us finally came here and really committed to the earth, committed to helping Gaia herself really grow as a being. And so many of us are here now because we've committed to that time and time again through the last, 30, 50,000 years, coming in many different forms, in many different ways, to support Gaia, to support ourselves, to learn and grow. Many of us just started to come here because it's such a spectacular planet. So we got to do that, and then we became so committed and so in love with Gaia that we decided to come back at this time and over the last couple thousand years to help the world. And so many of the great light workers of the world are just showing up now, which is so beautiful, because now is the time for us to hold the energy to make this leap in this year and next year and the next 10 years. And so much of this information is in the records, our own personal story and how we connected and how we committed. Many of us are finding it challenging to be here now because it is so dense. And it can be very, very helpful in the Akashic Records to know your story, to know maybe where you started, your connection to the earth itself, and why or what your commitments are, where you've lived and what you've done. So very often the kind of the past life information can be really helpful for us to remember who we are and why we came here now.